So I wanted to take a minute to talk about something that I think is probably the most critical thing that you should learn throughout this entire course. And that is the projects and stuff that we're working on that I'm actually going through, and I've got Jacob working through. They're projects that I don't know how to do. I've been programming for 25 years. Obviously I know the VI editor. I'm in Linux every single day. I write software for a living, but I don't use Python, and I've never had a formal class to learn to be taught how to program. I've literally taught myself how to do every single thing that I do. So the point here is that the things that I'm going through how to actually do in the Raspberry Pi and in Python, for example, the last project that we just did, when I was talking about the GPIO pins, I didn't really know how all that stuff worked. I went on to DuckDuckGo, which is a search engine. You can use Google as well. But I went into DuckDuckGo and searched for Raspberry Pi GPIO pins and found a write-up of how to access those pins. And so I installed the library, and I went through and followed the instructions inside of the site that I found. So pretty much everything that we're learning, you can actually go through and learn on your own and not wait on me. So the point is learn on your own as much as you can, because that's where your power comes from. If you have to be taught every single thing that you're doing, then there's really, you're kind of missing out on everything, because you may get started going down the road to do one thing and find out that you actually really enjoy doing something completely different. And so researching these things on your own, going to the search engines and trying to find things, it's really rewarding, and it's something that you can expand your knowledge and what you're doing every single day. So we're gonna be going through the course. We're gonna be going through with Jacob and teaching him how to do all this stuff. But the biggest thing that I want you to take home with you is the fact that you don't need me. You don't need Jacob. You don't need a teacher. You don't need anybody to allow you to learn more stuff. It's all sitting there with the internet that we have now, and books that you can buy. It's all just sitting there to be had. So just apply yourself, do some research, and see if you can get ahead of me on some of the projects and stuff that we're doing. Now, lastly, I want to say that I am going to walk you into holes every now and then. There's some things that I know that are going to be a problem with the Raspberry Pi and with this speedometer project, for example. I know that we're kind of walking into some things that aren't going to work, or they're going to work, but they're not going to work like you expect them to. And I'm doing some of that on purpose. So try to find those things, try to get ahead of me and figure out what we're going to be having a problem with, and make your speedometer better than the one that we're doing in these videos. There's nothing stopping you but yourself.